talk about some developments in the US recently. PBC have signed deals with Fox Sports and with Showtime. ESPN Plus are investing more heavily in their platform. Do you see that as having any influence over the UK in terms of these OTT platforms becoming more important?
It's a good question. You look at Amazon Prime and 11 doing La Liga, Amazon Prime doing the tennis. I'm a massive tennis fan. I'm tuning into Amazon Prime. It's not always working. 11 Sports, I think, have had a shaky start, but you look, they're doing the Liga, and these things take time. And also, we like to look at what we've done on Sky for a number of years and the quality that we've got, and the huge high events that we do. You just look at this month, and we've got England back on Sky Sports on Saturday night, followed by Amir Khan. Then you've got your Spurs-Liverpool game the week later. Then it's AJ Povetkin. We're at Wembley 3 weeks in a row. Then we're in Paris for the Ryder Cup. These are marquee events, and I've got no doubt that my colleagues in Sky on football and on golf, and of course us on boxing, will do everything we can to make those sparkle and stand above and beyond any other sporting event. Everything we do, we try and do 100% thoroughly, and I think that the proof is in what we've produced over a number of years. So I welcome the competition, and the competition is going to come in all shapes and sizes, and we are watching everybody like a hawk. DAZN are doing their own streaming in the States, but we're taking their produce, their shows live on Sky. So that benefits the Sky audience. But of course, we're looking at DAZN and thinking, what are they going to do next? What are Amazon going to do? What's the next? Are Amazon going to come in for the Premier League now? They've got the tennis, and you have to look at what's around you. People look at content in a different way. We just look at our kids and how they're consuming it. And it really shook me when my son said to me in February, just before I was ready for that massive build-up we'd had for Isaac Chamberlain and Lawrence Okoli, when he turned around to me and said, "Who wins tonight?" And I said, "Well, I think Okoli will win, but I'm not sure." He said, "Who's Lawrence Okoli?" I'm talking about KSI. We've got to learn from that. We've got to learn from KSI and Logan Paul what just happened on YouTube to a lot of people and a huge audience in Manchester. We're looking at everything. As I've said a lot of times, Danny, we at Sky can't have every sweet in the jar, right? But what we have is great. What we want to make is greater content, greater shows, and an independent look at the boxing world and support for all of our other sports as well. So I believe Sky Sports is in phenomenal shape going into this season, not just for boxing, but for Premier League, for golf, for cricket. Wonderful cricket is going on, for Formula One, for everything. We are a huge sports outfit, and Sky's in a great place. And I want to make sure that our boxing is right up there in terms of quality, and that we learn from everybody else. We improve our own product, but we welcome competition, and we welcome it for fans.
While you welcome competition and the quality bar will raise for the fans as a result, is there a concern about the cost implications? Currently, you've got to have BT Sports, Sky Sports, Box Nation. That's already a hefty monthly bill for a boxing fan, and we might get more platforms.
I'm running out of room on my mobile about the apps that I've got to try and get, and I'm a general sports fan, Danny. I love to watch the football, I love to watch the tennis, I love to, and like you, I hear what you're saying, because, Amazon's a cost, and Eleven's a cost, and Sky's a cost, and BT and Netflix and everything else, and that's tough. But I think that people are going to be, and I think piracy is an issue as well, and I think everybody's got to be very careful about that, and very diligent, because rights are expensive, and we've got to make sure that we are delivering our rights in the best possible way. And it is, it's a different market out there, and people are going to be surfing and dipping in and dipping out. But what we've got to hope is that that people just watch in our sport, boxing, wherever they can, and that they're satisfied with the enormous amounts on offer. What I will say is that Sky will be doggedly determined to retain our position, as we have done over 25 to 30 years of not playing in the sport. We have been there through thick and thin. There's never been a season where we haven't had a huge amount of content that goes out, linear, digital, now social. And
you're now kind of in the Mickey Duff position when Frank Warren broke through, aren't you? Or the Frank Warren position when Eddie Hearn came in. You're the veteran defending your territory against the usurpers.
And so we've got to be on our ball. We've got to make sure that we are daily checking content, and that's why our digital platform is huge. Our social output, everything has got to be razor sharp now. That's why the team are working night and day to make sure that we are a step ahead, that we are talking to our kids, we are talking to the next generation to work out where the consumer wants to be, and we just want to make sure that when we're there for the big nights and when we're there for the little moments, that we're trying to do everything we can to deliver that in the right way. It's impossible to do it right every time, but we want to work hard to continue that, and we've also got to work with our colleagues as well on other channels to make sure that that the consumers, the fans, feel that they are getting the right fights and nights. But I'm looking at that lineup between September and December. I wouldn't want to be in any other sport at the moment.
Brilliant. Adam, we thank you for your help, for your assistance, and
No worries.
best of luck on Saturday night.
Thanks very much. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers.